Hey players, it's time for another riveting episode of Playing Stupid Games. How long are we supposed to wait? This is Doubledee, my mama for the Black Ribbons, and I am out on location, but you blow my mind. Yeah.
Hey players. Hey players. Can y'all hear me? Hey players. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Of course my tail was having some technical difficulties. Y'all, I suck at this. Can y'all hear me? Oh Lord, am I messing something up again? Tell me if y'all can hear me in the comments. I see y'all in the comments. Can y'all hear me? Y'all, I just, you know what? I just got to keep it real with y'all players. Hold on. Okay, so y'all can hear me. Let me fix my headphones. They all discombobulated. Okay. Okay, good. Y'all can hear me. Okay, listen. Players. Why is they crooked? Okay, let me stop moving the headphones because I know that's probably giving y'all some feedback. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it anymore. They just going to have to be crooked. Players. I just had some technical difficulties. I I was trying to come in and I played my little introduction video and then it just went away. I'm telling y'all, I'm not good at this crap at all. I really got to get better. Maybe I need to practice because that was sucky. That was really sucky what just happened. I had plans to come in, like a phoenix, like to rise like a phoenix, and it didn't work. Oh man, but players, we got a few things we need to talk about tonight on Tea Time with Doubledee. Welcome to Tea Time with Doubledee. Of course, I'm Doubledee Mother, and we're ready to sip some tea and have a good old funky time and make this a really good show. So, y'all get y'all teacups, get y'all a sip because it's going to be a good one. Okay. So, as we know, if y'all been watching my Facebook and my Instagram pages and also a little bit on TikTok, as we know, the Delta variant is out of control, honey. The Delta variant is in the words of Mo Brooks, is taking down names and kicking ass. I can tell you that. And it's really sad because um I don't feel like we had to be in this space. If people had got vaccinated and done the things that they were supposed to do, then possibly we had an opportunity to not be in this place. But we're here now, so we got to do what we got to do. So Louisiana governor, my governor, John Bell Edwards, is the first governor to actually reinstate the mask mandate. Yay! Let's do some finger snaps for that. Louisiana has one of the lowest vaccination rates, which is at 37.1%. So, um, 37.1%. So John Bell Edwards said, look, we got to just put the mask back on so that we can try to stop the spread of this Delta variant. It's so bad that Our Lady of the Lake, which is a children's hospital in Baton Rouge, um, is actually over. They're full. They can't take anybody. If y'all remember, I had Dr. Tiffany on Tea Talk the other day, and well, that was Saturday. She talked about how many hospitals are full. She works in a hospital in the ER in DeRidder, and that's in Louisiana, of course. And she spoke about how she had to actually send someone with a diabetic problem. She had to send them over to New Orleans because she had no room for them due to the COVID. So, due to a lot of people being there from COVID. So, it's really out of control, you guys. Um, so, what John Bel Edwards said that he's going to do is reinstate the indoor mask mandate for all residents above the age of 5 until September 1st to slow the spread. Um, he said that we can't continue taking these chances. We got to do what we got to do. And I'm just going to tell you something. For John Bel Edwards to do this in the state of Louisiana is really brave. It's really brave of him to actually do a mask mandate because this is a really red Republican area. And I was looking in the comments on some of the different local news sites and stuff, and they're all talking about they're leaving, da 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 da, all this kind of stuff. I mean, well, you know what I got to say about the leaving stuff, but I digress. But so yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad in Louisiana. Governor said he's going to take a step forward. It's better to do something than to not do something. So Louisiana will join Hawaii, which has kept their statewide indoor mask mandate. So Hawaii never got rid of their mask mandate. Nevada announced last week that it will reinstate the mask mandate indoors, regardless of vaccinations for counties and city in the states with high transmission. So they're not doing like a city, a statewide thing like John Bel Edwards is. They're actually going to do it based on county. So we switch over to Florida, where Florida is not doing anything. States like Florida and Texas, they're not doing anything. They're actually trying to keep their government entities from enforcing masks. Um, as we know, on Friday, Florida reported over 21,000 COVID cases in one day, diagnosed COVID cases in one day. They had 108 deaths in one day. 108 deaths in one day. And they have 10,000 people in the hospital in Florida, but they're not going to do anything. Um, Ron DeSantis is really against mask wearing. Now, Nikki Fried, which she's running against him for governor, she announced that she is not for a statewide mask mandate. She said she'd rather it be done by the counties. So I would like to know, you guys, what do you guys think about that? Do you think it should be up to we call them parishes here in Louisiana, so I'm assuming everywhere else calls them counties. Do you think it should be up to the different counties or the different cities to actually institute their mask mandates, or do you think that what do you think it should be a statewide thing? Me personally, I think they should just do it statewide. I don't think that they should just do it based on the county or a parish or wherever you're from, or city. I think that they should just do it statewide. Um, so, and not only is Florida um, prohibiting and passing laws to prevent local governments or schools from mandating masks indoors, that would be Arkansas, Iowa, Montana, North Dakota, and Arizona. They are all either have an executive order or they're making moves to ban people from enforcing mask mandates. They don't want them in schools or anything like that. So I'm seeing some comments here on that last question that I asked. I see people saying statewide would be best. Thank you all for answering. How are you all tonight? Lisa, good to see you. Lori, good to see you. Glad you guys are here. Miss Carol, glad you guys are here. So that's what I'm thinking too, y'all. I'm thinking that a local thing wouldn't be good. I think you should just do it statewide. I mean, I feel like a month mask mandate to try to slow the spread. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I can agree with that wholeheartedly. That that would be a good thing to do. But of course, we got Greg Applehead Abbott, um, Ron DeSantis. They're deciding not to do anything, which I think is complete bullshit, malarkey, and I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's going to cost a lot of people their lives. I've seen a lot of videos over the last few days of people that are in hospitals saying that they wish they would have gotten vaccinated or they wish they had worn masks. Um, so I think that's a crying shame that they don't want to do that. So, oh, and I want to let you guys know that San Francisco and other Bay Area counties have reinstated their mask mandate for indoor settings due to the Delta variant. So other states are actually doing stuff to actually get to try to slow the spread, which I think that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So I wanted to show you all while we're talking about COVID. I wanted to show you all. We're going to switch gears here, and there was this ICU nurse that came on to Anderson Cooper. This video is a little bit long, but if you guys haven't seen it, I really wanted you all to watch it and listen to some of the informative information that I got from it, and then we're going to talk about it. The the ICU nurse and what she had to say. So let's take a look at it.
Good evening. We begin tonight with COVID and growing evidence the country is facing some hard weeks ahead. At the same time, thankfully, there are signs pointing in the opposite direction, but not enough, at least not yet, to change the course that we're on. So at the end of another good news, bad news day and the beginning of what looks to be another good news, bad news week, there's a lot to get to. Here's the chief medical officer for Our Lady of the Lake Medical Center in Baton Rouge in Louisiana, where they've run out of beds in the intensive care unit and 23 patients are waiting in the ER.
There are no more beds left. Those 23 patients are a glimpse of what we have been doing for the last 2 weeks while we have been trying to get everybody vaccinated. And it's not helping enough because it's not happening fast enough. And when you come inside our walls, it is quite obvious to you that these are the darkest days of this pandemic.
The darkest days of the pandemic there, and some of the hardest for the people in the hardest hit states, such as Louisiana, who staff the ICUs.
I have worked in the COVID ICU pretty much the whole pandemic, so year and a half, 2 years now. And I can say today was probably one of the most emotionally hard days since the pandemic started.
That nurse, Felicia Croft, who's been working since the beginning in the ICU, she joins us shortly. She says the patients she's treating in this latest wave are younger, parents this time, not just grandparents, and the Delta variant is now sending kids to the hospital. Listen to the chief clinical officer for the Arkansas Children's Health System.
Throughout the previous months of the pandemic, we would have, 0 to maybe 3 children admitted to the hospital that tested positive for COVID, and they were often in for some other reason. They weren't showing symptoms of a COVID infection. Today, we have 24 children in the hospital with COVID infections. They're all symptomatic with COVID, and 8 of those are in intensive care and 5 requiring mechanical ventilation to breathe.
That is scary. 8 kids in the ICU, 5 of them on ventilators. Kids, some of whom are too young to be vaccinated in a state where just 58% of adults have gotten their first shots. In Louisiana, the figure is even lower, just under 54%. Nationally, it now stands at 70%, which was where President Biden had hoped the country would be by Independence Day nearly a month ago. That said, the pace is picking up, and picking up fastest where the surge is the worst.
Louisiana has seen a 302% increase in the average number of newly vaccinated per day. Mississippi, 250%. Alabama, 215%. And Arkansas, 206%. This increase in vaccination rates in states that have been lagging is a positive trend. Americans are seeing the risk and impact of being unvaccinated and responding with action. And that's what it's going to take to get us out of this pandemic.
Which is good news as far as it goes, but in the words of the doctor in Baton Rouge, it's not helping enough because it's not happening fast enough. So no more ICU beds in her hospital. Arkansas today reported the biggest daily jump in hospitalization since the start of the pandemic. Hospitals also under pressure in Texas and Florida, which are now responsible for about 30% of new cases nationwide. Two states, Texas and Florida, responsible for about 1/3 of all new cases in the United States. Now, taken together, it's put parts of the country, even some of the redder portions, back into mitigation mode. Louisiana today reimposed a mask mandate, the same for the San Francisco Bay Area. New York's mayor, though, he stopped short of doing the same, preferring, he said, to keep the focus on vaccination. As for vaccines, more private companies like SoulCycle today have stepped into the breach, requiring all employers and members to show proof of vaccination. Equinox Fitness Centers is doing the same. Davis Polk, one of the country's biggest law firms today, told staff they'll need to be vaccinated to return to the office in September, no longer be allowed in the building. That's not happening, though, across the country, or at least not enough, which brings us back to Louisiana. Today, the state's health officer said he expects COVID-19 hospitalizations tomorrow to reach their highest level so far in the entire pandemic, which for nurse Felicia Croft means more patients in her ICU and far too many more days like these.
Last night, my daughter came to me, my 14-year-old Macy. She came to me. She said, "Mom, we need to pray for my friend's parents." And her friend's parents are in my ICU. And one of them may not go home. The other one's really, really sick too. And as a nurse, to know that if you can't get these two people home, that their kids will be orphans. Their 14-year-old could be an orphan. And to know that my daughter may come to me when she gets that call and say, "Mom, why didn't you save them?" I can't explain the feeling of defeat when you do everything. You pour everything into a patient and it's not enough. And then to know that they could have gotten vaccinated and it could have made a difference.
And Felicia Croft joins us now. Felicia, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you so much for what you have done. I cannot imagine working all throughout this pandemic as you have, more than a year and a half working in a COVID ICU. I mean, I know doctors who are burnt out. I know nurses who have quit. Talk just about what you're up against right now, what kind of patients you're seeing.
Right now we're seeing a lot of patients, number one, and patients that are sicker and patients that are closer to my age, which just brings it to a whole new level. I'm 34 years old. You know, I have kids ranging from 10 to 14, and I know some of these people have kids younger than me. And I know all of the milestones that I want to see my kids hit. I want to see my kids graduate. I want to walk my kids out on the football field on senior night. I want to get my daughter ready for her first prom. And these are things that people we're sending to a funeral home instead of their house are missing. And that these are experience and memories that their kids won't have with them.
You all, that just broke my heart, and I had to show it to you all. Plus, it had all those statistics in there that I didn't have available. So I wanted for you all to see it. That's why I played it. I like Anderson Cooper, even though he's being sued right now by that crazy ass doctor. This doctor that's pushing for hydrochloroquine. I should have had that, and I'll probably do it tomorrow or either do a video on it if you guys don't know about it. But Anderson Cooper and CNN is actually being sued by this doctor that believes that hydrochloroquine is the cure for COVID. I don't know if you all have heard about this. I'm going to wait and see if there's somebody in the comments that heard about it over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to report it because I had nowhere to record it. But yes, there's this doctor that's suing for $100 million. So I may talk about it tomorrow, make a small video about it. This lady is crazy. She believes in, she believes in what she calls demon sperm. So I may make that a video tomorrow. I don't know, but it's crazy. Yes, yes, that's I wish I had. You know what? I'm gonna look her up. but while I'm talking. But that video with him and her and what she was talking about, it reminded me of Tiffany, Dr. Tiffany. She she spoke about how it's very frustrating and so sad to be going through this again. We did. Are we not? Why are we not thinking about the nurses? Why are we not thinking about the doctors that are going through this? They have young children at home. They were our heroes before. Why do they have to come back in and do this again? It's so sad, and they have to because no one else can do it. I really felt sad for her. Uh, I really, really felt sad for her. Somebody said it. Dr. Stella Emanuel is her name. I just looked it up. And she said she saved 350 people from COVID using hydrochloroquine. So that means that it works. But anywho, so yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys just talk about COVID, talk about the Delta variant. It's going crazy again. I will implore you, if you have not been vaccinated, to get vaccinated. Wear your mask, social distance. Make sure you wash your hands and do your part to slow the spread. Hello, everybody. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to you all about, and let me get to my videos here. Y'all, so we all know that Lindsey, I call him Loose Booty. Loose Booty Graham has came down with the COVID-er. He's been vaccinated and he's been diagnosed with COVID, although he's been very critical of mask wearing. He's actually mocked mask wearing. Um, this will be the fourth person that works in the Capitol that has been diagnosed with COVID-19 despite being vaccinated. There was a staffer of Nancy Pelosi that got it, and a couple of others that actually got diagnosed with COVID. So I'm really wondering, is the Capitol physician, is he actually going to go ahead and put the mask mandate on the Senate side? I'm wondering what's going to happen. The House is at recess right now. So I'm really wondering what's going to happen next now that Lindsey has COVID. He did express thanks to the he did express thanks for the vaccine. He said because of that he um, felt like he only had a sinus infection. So, he's thankful that he got the vaccine. So I guess that was a good thing. So let's go on to. I wanted to ask you guys if you guys haven't heard that President Obama is having a birthday party where there's expected to be um 400 or 700 people there. He's invited, I believe, 400 people, and then there's going to be 200 staff. The party is supposed to be at his $12 million home in Martha's Vineyard, and it's going to be outside, and people are going to have to provide proof of vaccination in order for them to be a part of the party. Now, to my happiness, Joe Biden said that he will not be able to attend. I was very happy because that was going to be a shitstorm if he actually decided to attend. But President Obama, his birthday is on the 4th. He's having a birthday party, and the Republicans are outraged about it, saying that if it was President Trump, it would be considered a super spreader event. Why nobody's talking about it? So I decided to bring it up, players, and I really want to know what you all think about it. Do you all think that President Obama should be having an event such as that, knowing that the Delta variant is out there, or do you think, hey, he's a free citizen, let him do what he wants to do, and they're going to take the proper precautions, like making sure people are vaccinated. They're having it outside, so there's going to be room to social distance. And I'm hoping that they're going to wear masks. I don't think it was said, but that was the Republican fake ass outrage for today, other than the Arizona audit blowing up in their faces. So let's switch over to the Arizona audit. Oh man. So the Arizona audit is supposed to be over the it's supposed to have been over a long, long time ago. I think we got a comment. People are saying no, he shouldn't be having, President Obama shouldn't be having a party like that. Someone says as long as they're having masks. Super spreader event and Trump's rallies aren't. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on with that. I think, me personally, I don't feel like I'll tell you my opinion. Me personally, I don't feel like it's a good idea. I don't feel like it's a good look for him to have such a party like this right now. I don't think that he should do that. Um, I think him being the former president of the United States, he should he shouldn't have an event like that right now. I mean, I could see a party with a few friends, probably 20, but to do 400, if that's true, that's a little bit too much. But I mean, he is a free citizen. He can do whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, I think that it doesn't send a good message with what we're going through right now to do something like that. But I digress. Before I talk about the Arizona audit, I'm sorry, I'm all mumbo jumboed here. I wanted to talk to you about. I put up this picture earlier of the Lollapalooza that happened in Chicago this weekend, and people were wondering, was that a real? Like, was the picture real? Like, maybe I had photoshopped or the photo had been photoshopped. If you don't know, Lollapalooza happened this weekend on July 29th. It started on July 29th through August 1st in Grant Park in Chicago. And it was a long time. It was Thursday through Sunday. Some of the people that were there was Miley Cyrus, Tyler, the Creator, Marshmello, Roddy Rich. I don't know any of these freaking people besides Miley Cyrus. Oh, I know Post Malone, Meg Thee Stallion was there, Limp Bizkit, Foo Fighters, Young Thug, Modest Mouse. Who the hell is that? I don't know. But they had this big event. And I want to show you guys what it looked like because somebody thought that picture was not real. And I just want to show y'all what's really going on and how it went down in Chicago. And they had a permit for this. So somebody thought that wasn't a real photo, like that wasn't really Lollapalooza, that it was that many people there. It was that many people there. It was terrible. Terrible. So many people just packed. Maybe they was packed in there like sardines, honey. I'm telling you. And the last time I ever heard of Lollapalooza was when Malia Obama went. I never heard of it or anything like that, but it's supposedly a big event that happens. But that definitely happened this weekend in Chicago. So I wanted to show that actually happened. People don't give a shit about this Delta variant. They are taking their chances for sure, especially these young people, because I'm pretty sure that was a young crowd that was there, because there was actually some fight over some damn fake ass tickets. So that happened, and some dude got thrown out of the window. I hope he's okay, but yeah, that happened this weekend. So we'll switch over here to the Arizona audit. So it went the shit show of an audit in Arizona by the Cyber Ninjas. If you have not seen my video, I'll just refresh you guys that it just came out that the Cyber Ninjas received $5.7 million in donations to do this sham of an audit that they're doing in Arizona. It is completely disgusting. So the Cyber Ninjas had asked um, Dominion voting machines, and they also asked Maricopa County to provide more information in regards to more stuff related to their ballots. They were trying to basically find some fraud somewhere because they couldn't find any in the information that they already have. So The chairman for Maricopa County actually responded today, and this is what he said. He said, "Dear Senators, it is now August of 2021. The election was over in November of 2020. If you haven't figured it out yet, the election in Maricopa County was free, fair, and accurate. I'm not sure if you ever will. The reason you haven't finished your audit, and it's in quotations, the reason you haven't finished your audit is because you hired people who have no experience and little understanding on how professional elections run. Release your report or be prepared to defend your accusations of misdeeds in court. It's time to move on." So they basically said, "Fuck that shit. I'm not releasing anything to you. You can forget about it. I'm not releasing anything to you." And then and then Dominion pretty much did the same thing and said that they will not release any more information to the cyber ninjas. They said this is from the John Pollux, who is the president and the CEO of Dominion. Y'all, I'm so sorry, but my kid is crying. Y'all, give me 1 minute. This is so embarrassing. I gotta go in here and check on my kid. Give me one moment. I love y'all so much. This is so embarrassing, but I gotta go. I'm here by myself and I'm trying to record this. This is bad. DJ is really crying. Y'all, please give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Y'all, I am so sorry. This is why I record these. This is not good to go live because I'm here by myself. My husband's at work. Can y'all hear me still? I am so sorry. Y'all, please forgive me for that. That's so bad. I am so sorry. This is why I don't record these when I'm here by myself because something like that will happen. I'm so sorry, y'all. Anyway, okay. So anyway, the audit in Maricopa County. So they basically said they're not going to give them any more information. It's over and done with. We will not give you any more information. Dominion echoed it. They will not give them any more information. So I'm here for it. I must say, I am here for it. I don't feel like they should have given them any information in the first place. I feel like they should have just they should have never gave them any information in the first place. I feel like they did a good thing by saying, "Fuck this. This is enough is enough. They got to do what they got to do. It's time to stop fiddling around. It's time for you to release your report or shut the fuck up." I agree with it wholeheartedly, honey. So yeah, so that happened, and I was laughing my ass off when I seen it. I was like, "Yeah, I got to tell the players about this." So we're going to move on here to one more thing I wanted to tell you guys about. If you haven't seen it, that Zoom has reached a settlement in a class action lawsuit. They actually reached a settlement of $86 million in a class action privacy lawsuit. So yeah, um, this is for the class action lawsuit applies for Zoom users who access Zoom from March 30th, 2016 to the date of the settlement, which is today. And this is over. If you use it in the past 5 years, you should receive a small claim. So what happened was they didn't apparently somehow Zoom didn't protect the security and privacy of users of his platform, because sometimes when you would be on there would be like people hopping in saying things, muting the mics and all different kind of crap, y'all. So so basically they got to pay for that, and they got to pay you. If you had a paid account, you would get 15% of the money that you pay for your subscription, or $25, which one is higher. If you had the free version without a Zoom subscription, you will have a claim for $15. Yeah. So $100 million split up between all that people. That's all those people. That's not that much, huh? $15. Y'all thought I was about to say some big money, didn't you? I got y'all answers. So yeah. So the last thing that I'll talk about, then I'll let y'all go, y'all, is I got some ooey gooey for you. That's what Lisa the comic, she was waiting on some ooey gooey. Y'all, if y'all remember, like I think it was about 2 weeks ago on my TikTok, I introduced y'all to a pastor in Tennessee by the name of Greg Locke. Well, Greg Locke has struck again. And not only is Greg Locke basically telling people not to wear wear a mask in his church, in Global Vision Bible Church, he's also telling people not to get vaccinated. Take a look.
I've been right about all of it. We've been right about all of it. Woo! Yes. Yes. These wicked fools don't win in the end. They don't win in the end. So all this fear bull crap is that. It is bull crap. Say amen. I know you've never been to a church where a pastor told you to say amen after I said bull crap. It's better than what I want to say. I call it real BS, biblical stupidity. Biblical stupidity. So I know I wasn't going to say nothing about it, but I think I feel froggy enough. I'm going to jump right now and just say this. I am not apologizing for what I said on this platform last week. The Delta variant was nonsense then. It is nonsense now. You will not wear masks in this church. You will not wear masks in this church. I'm telling you right now, do not get vaccinated. Do not get vaccinated. I don't care what you think about me. I don't need your money. I don't need your hand clap. I don't need more people on social media to follow me. I ain't following along with it. Joe Biden's days are numbered. I said they're numbered. I've told you the whole time this election was fraudulent. We got so much proof. The only people that can deny it are crack-smoking, demon-possessed leftists. Whoa, I'm about to tear this whole pulpit in half.
Look at that charlatan. Child, what a disgrace. You know what? They really should take this man away from this platform. He does not deserve a platform. They really need to get his ass off of Twitter, because he's on Twitter too, spitting that same bullshit rhetoric. I swear this man is a charlatan. I'm telling you, a false prophet, a piece of freaking shit. I cannot believe he stood up there and just sent his people out into the world, said, fuck you. God didn't give you common sense. He gave you just enough sense to listen to me and the bullshit that come from my mouth, because it's obvious that I am a frumpy dump tank sniffer, and I just want to grasp onto whatever aromas that erode from his taint. So therefore, I must tell you all this bullshit to get you to steer away from Joe Biden, because that's all what it's about. You see how it all rounded about to Joe Biden? That's all it's about. He is a bona fide frumpy dump tank sniffer. I'm telling you. They really, you know what? They really need to tax the damn church. Whatever church that is that he's at, Global Vision Bible Church, they need to tax the church. The fact that he stood his ass up there and said something like that, leading his constituents into damnation, is a complete disgrace. Is a complete disgrace. And I'm telling you, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that at all. He is a fucking disgrace, a complete charlatan, and he should not be allowed to have a platform. And they really need to take that damn Twitter away from him and let him continue to do that shit with just the people that he have in his church, because that was completely disgusting. I wasn't down for that. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. But this doesn't surprise me about him. This doesn't surprise me about the frumpy dump tank sniffers that call themselves evangelists. They're all the reason why if you're an evangelist or a person that you're claiming you're of God and you support a person like Frumpy Dump, you are a fucking disgrace in itself. And you're only out for one thing: money, the mighty dollar. That's the only thing that you care about. And that's completely what that man cares about. Somebody standing around being performative like that. You don't got to do all that to preach the word of God. You don't have to do all that. But yet and still, this is the way he's doing things because it's a performance to him so he can secure them dollars. Then you heard how he said, I don't need your money. I don't need your dollars. That's a lie. Well, you might not need them now because you done got them all. You might not need them now. Child, I swear, what a disgrace, honey. I would just look, I didn't even have to clutch my invisible pearls because I expected that and more from his stinking ass. I was not shocked by any of it. He makes me sick. And and the fact that he wants you to not use your common sense so you can listen to him makes it even more cultist and just and disgusting. You know, it's a cult, baby. It's a cult. And somebody said he's a grift. I agree. Uh-oh. Somebody said a frumpy dump grifter. I agree with it. A frumpy dump taint sniffer is what he is. Yes. Yes. Who is that? What's that? Showmanship. That's all it is, honey. It wasn't anything that was nothing honorable or Christ-like or anything about that. Baby, I would be questioning myself if I was sitting up in his church. I'm telling you, like I told y'all before, if I was sitting in that church and I would have heard him say that, I would have grabbed my individually packaged of peanuts and my complimentary warm towel and walked the hell up out of there. What a disgrace, honey. A total taint sniffer. I agree. A total taint sniffer. Well, y'all, that's all I got for the night. I just wanted to razzle dazzle y'all with a little bit of ooey gooey. I know y'all look forward to that. It hasn't been a whole lot of bullshit going on today. Um, I just let y'all know that I did create a Clapper account. I don't know how to use any of this shit. And I did create a fan base account, but I don't know how to load anything. I made that video today on my Facebook that I put on my Facebook specifically for Clapper. I mean not Clapper, but for fan base, and I couldn't even figure out how to put it on there. So I got to do some homework on that. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm trying. I'm sorry I had to get up and check on my kids and my kid too. I'm embarrassed. I probably won't do these anymore when my husband's not here because I don't have anybody to look after the kids, and it's kind of embarrassing for me to have to get up and come back. But I know y'all understand. Y'all know I'm a mommy. Y'all know I'm a mommy. I did Doubledee Mother 85 because you had to have a number on it. So that was all that was going on in the world today. My Clapper name is Doubledee Mother 85, but I haven't made any content yet. But I got well, I just put the one video on there. Clapper looks a lot like TikTok. Tiff, don't worry about your kids. That is your priority. I appreciate y'all because I hated that. And you know, I put these on YouTube too, so I hope the YouTube people don't be tripping. I had to go, hey, what this say? This says mommy fuel. Gotta take care of my kids, honey. Gotta do what I gotta do. So I hope y'all really enjoyed tonight's tea talk. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Some good stuff going on. I'll definitely be uploading some content. I'm still banned on my main account on TikTok. So but I'll still try to put up some content. And then I've been putting a lot of the little stories up too. So I hope y'all been enjoying those. I've been trying to get the typing right, but y'all know me, I be in a rush in everything I do. So if you see a fuck up, just look over and be like, hey, Tiffany doing what she got to do. She just try to keep us informed. I love y'all so much. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Fanbase, Clapper, TikTok, Twitter, all of that ooey gooey. And I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night. Love y'all so much. Enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.